Kia ora. I'm going to use the Blossom collection to create a double page 6x6 layout spread of the startings of our trip up to Auckland with my daughters recently. So I've just got a picture of looking out the window from the plane as we flew out of Dunedin, as well as the two of us wearing our masks. In New Zealand we're pretty lucky, or we have worked towards being able to be relatively COVID free, but we've still got precautions in place to try and keep us all safe as we move about on public transport. So wearing masks is the expectation or the requirement at the moment. So I thought it was important to kind of capture this aspect of our lives right now, but I am very thankful that we're not in a complete lockdown situation or safe at home as we were earlier last year. So I decided to use the stitched blue paper just because when I placed my photos on them, it kind of helped them to stand out a little bit more than the other parts of the Happiness Lives Here collection. This collection, you can sort of see from the scrappy pieces of paper that I've got around, has been well used already by me, and you can possibly find a couple of my layouts using this on Instagram or my Scrappy Care Facebook page if you're interested. So I decided I would use the zip strip. Now I could have just cut these down using that, but I actually like the dimension that it creates just sticking it on top of the pages. It just lifts it up a little bit. So I fussy cut around the floral collection on the Picture My Life or the pocket cards. I often purchase the Picture My Life cards with each collection just because they do add an extra embellishment, or they're things that can go onto cards, or they can just be another little feature on the pages to just add a bit more interest on top of the stickers that comes with each of the paper collections. So I'm just roughly cutting around the photographs using the white daisy cardstock to give my photos a mat or a border. And these, it just helps to separate the photo from the rest of the page. And I'm looking at the stickers that I've got here and thinking about which ones will work. Now, if you've watched other videos, you'll see that I sometimes cut around the stickers that I want to use. This just helps me to work out where I want to place them, or if they'll even look right, and how to position that. Now, this strips, because I've printed two photos on one 4x6 print on my selfie, that sort of tag strip there that I've just trimmed around wouldn't have fitted behind the photo as neatly. And I'm just also looking at the Picture My Life cards and thinking what else could add a bit more interest alongside this photograph, because I've got the floral on the right hand page, but I need something on that left page as well to add a bit more interest. So I'm going to add an extra pattern paper mat as a bit of layering, another bit of interest around both of these photos using the yellow paper from Happiness Lives Here. So this yellow is kind of the canary kind of colours. So I'm pretty much sticking with the bluebell, the canary, and bringing a little bit of the peach colours out from the collection in this page. Now, when I first saw that sort of grid or that square paper that's on the back of the of some of the miniature or the mini florals, I thought that it would be suitable for journaling, and I'm going to use it as such on this page as well, just down on the left. Now, because we're wearing the masks, I thought that perhaps some of my COVID stamps might have worked with it, but I decided that they weren't going to really, and I was happy just to keep the page a little bit simpler without the stamping on it. So I'm just applying adhesive here so that I can stick down the cut down zip strip, and attaching the Picture My Life card that I chose to go sort of in that on that page, and matting and sticking down the photographs. So this page, I've kind of used the sticker as the sticker from the Happiness Lives Here sticker sheet as the title. Because this is part of a mini album or a 6x6 album of our trip, I'm not sure that I'll have a strong title page on every page like I did on the cover page in my last video, but I just decided to use the sticker here as the title, and I just wrote a few more details up in the top there that you'll see me do later on. So what you saw me doing there was just sort of picking up or curling up each of the papers just to add more dimension into that layering. So I've got that floral arrangement stamped down, and I'm going to put my matted photograph onto that. It is going to cover up some of those beautiful flowers, but that's okay. And then wrinkling up the edges of that nice yellow paper as well. So it's almost finished in a way, and I do have a look at some stickers, and I just choose out some of the little flowers just to add a bit more interest and to connect the florals a bit more that's on that right hand page onto the left. So they don't always go straight on the top of things. It can tuck in behind some of the photo mats and tuck in behind some of the papers for adding some more interest, and then that just leaf just there. I think that just about finishes it off. Nope, I'm going to add another flower into there, and there we go. So now I need to add some journaling about this trip, about the flight away from Dunedin. So I essentially flew up with one daughter to Hamilton, and we checked out her new flat, and then we drove in the car that she'd left up there from last year up to Auckland, where later the next night we picked up my other daughter from the airport. We left Katya up there, and Alicia, my oldest daughter, and I flew back to Queenstown. So it was nice to spend some time with the girls. We did a few other things which may or may not make their way onto more videos here. So I added the details in my journaling down the bottom, and that sort of self-made journaling block, and just what was actually happening at the top there. So we were leaving Dunedin. So you can just see the different layers with the stamping and the dimension in here. And yeah, I'm really liking this 6x6 size. It's nice and easy and simple to create pages that tell my story.